Nevada Secretary of State Cisco Aguilar has indicated a record number of signature errors have been identified with mail-in ballots. Aguilar said in an interview with CNN that a large number of ballots with signature issues are from young voters who don't have established signatures. The Secretary of State and local election officials are going through the process of what's called curing the signature issues. What is the signature requirement for mail-in ballots that has affected so many young voters in particular? And how do election officials go about curing signature issues on mail-in ballots? Well, to answer all those questions, attorney Matthew Hoffman with Battle Born Injury Lawyers is here. And this is something that we've seen by the thousands, tens of thousands really are having this issue. So what is the requirement to sign your ballot and to have it counted?
Yeah, I mean, normally you have, like when you register to vote, you put an established signature on your application, on your registration. What happened in this case is it's a result of the automatic voter registration at the DMV. So starting in January 2020, everybody who goes to the DMV for major things like a new license, changing address, renewing a license, when you sign, you're automatically registered to vote unless you opt out. And you're automatically registered as nonpartisan unless you choose a party. So that's why we saw this huge uptick in nonpartisan as the biggest voting bloc in Nevada, in large part because of this DMV automatic registration. The problem is when you sign at the DMV, it's like on one of those electronic pads with a stylus. So think about when you charge something at a grocery store or whatever, if you're required to sign, a lot of times electronically, you'll just put chicken scratch on there. And so now you've got these people, you fast forward, they've signed their ballots, they submitted it, because they're registered to vote, so they got the ballots. They sign it, and then they compare it, and they got this chicken scratch from the DMV versus whatever they put on paper. And then compounding it with young people is that, starting in 2010, federal government no longer mandated cursive. And I know that sounds whatever, but a lot of young people don't know how to write in cursive and don't have a cursive signature that is unique.
Yeah.
And so you put all that together, you got a whole lot of ballots that don't match.
Okay, so how do you rectify the situation?
Yeah, the curing process, they can call, they can text, they can email, assuming they have good contact information for the voter from their DMV days. And then depending on how it's done, you can answer questions on the phone. Let's say, what's your last four of your social, what's your date of birth, what's your place of birth, that can verify it. You can also text to text number 2 cure. And you can provide a photograph of a ID, driver's license, passport, employee card if it's federal or state government are accepted. I think that you had a personal story where somebody had to take a photo of themselves, something like that.
Well, yeah, so this happened to me. I called, then I also got a text message, and so just to do my due diligence. But they do ask you to take the front and back of your ID card. For me, it's my license. And then they actually ask you to take a picture of yourself right then and there, and they compare the two to make sure you're the same person. So it has to match.
Which is good to hear, right? I mean, very secure method of curing it. But when you look at, not on the president's side so much, but when you look at the down ballot, look at Jackie Rosen and Sam Brown, tight race. We're talking about 27,000 rejected mail-in ballots because of signatures. That could swing one of those races, and they have till next Tuesday, I believe it is, to cure. So 27,000 ballots. Again, that is more than the population of the city of Elko. That is a lot. And with margins of 500 votes, 1,000 votes, it can make a big difference in this. And so in Nevada, on the local level, the election's definitely not over.
Yeah, every single vote counts, clearly. It's not just a cliche, right?
No, it is not.
It's in practice right now, and there are a lot of volunteers as we speak who are on the phones trying to reach out to those voters. So if you get one of those calls, you can even go to ballottrax.com, which is ballottrax.com, to check on your ballot yourself. And I would just say go ahead and do that. A lot of times people don't answer the phone if they don't know the number.
Right. When we've gotten so many calls and texts over the last 3 months in a swing state, right? We're deleting everything and reporting it to spam. So yeah, I think people should be proactive. Go track your ballot, see if it's been counted, see if there is a problem, and then there's the easy ways to fix it.
Yeah, I'm young at heart, and it still happened to me.
Yeah. So.